So you're thinking of moving to Spring Hill, Florida, but you don't really know the area that well or where you should be considering to live. Well, we're going to open up Google Maps today and we're going to take a look at the areas that I think you need to know about. And we're going to cover a broad range of options today. We're going to look at homeowners association communities, non-HOA communities. I've got a couple of surprises in here for you, so make sure you watch all the way to the end. And just so you know, I've been selling homes here for the last 20 years, helping hundreds of families a year just like you. So I know quite a bit about the area, and I'm hopefully going to be able to bring to you the information that you need to make the best decision for yourselves. So grab your popcorn, grab your notebook, make sure that you're paying attention, and let's dive into the video. Okay guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to start by looking at where Spring Hill is in relation to a couple of the other areas that might be of some consideration to you. So if I zoom out here, you will see that we have Tampa and Orlando on the map, and this is Orlando here, pretty much in central Florida. Tampa is further over towards the Gulf, and Spring Hill is located right here. So Spring Hill is about 40 miles north of Tampa Airport, and it's a straight shot up the 589 toll road. And then you would typically go across State Road 50 to get to Orlando. That's the way I used to go when I lived in Spring Hill. I now live in downtown Brooksville, which is just here. But you can also see Spring Hill is only about 10 or 15 miles from the Gulf of Mexico as well. So very, very close to the water. There's a lot of good boating and kayaking to be had there. There's the Weeki Wachee Springs State Park, which has the live mermaid shows. So some really, really cool stuff. And then these beaches in Dunedin, Clearwater, St. Pete Beach, and some of those beaches are literally voted the best in the country year on year on year. So really, really great location where you're just far enough north of Tampa where you can skip down there on a weekend. It's not a difficult drive. Like I said, just a straight shot down, but you don't have to pay Tampa prices and you don't have Tampa traffic. So I love the location of Spring Hill. It's why I lived there for 15 years. And in doing so, I learned some great places to live as well. So I want to bring those to you and let you know a little bit more about some of them. Now, Spring Hill has about 116,000 residents. It is rapidly growing, so we'll be up over 125,000 pretty soon, I'm sure. Now, my favorite place that I lived when I was in Spring Hill was at Silverthorne. Now, Silverthorne is a gated golf course community with an HOA, and you can see how it's located pretty close to the 589 toll road here. So Silverthorne is all of this up in here, and the nearest entrance on-ramp is just about 1.5 miles away. So again, super easy access for getting down to Tampa. That could not be more convenient, but it's also close to a number of other things as well. So let me just point some of those out before we go into the community here. Outside of the community, there's a strip mall just out the front here where they have a good Italian restaurant. They have a really good hibachi place, a pho restaurant. So some good options there. The nearest public supermarket is only about 1.5 miles away. You'll see that just down here. And then also some restaurants in there. Rookies, Family Bar and Grill's a good sports bar. There's a Target over here, a Kohl's. So very, very centrally located to a lot of the things. And it's also close to a number of the schools if you have kids of school age, the most notable of which is Chocochatty Elementary, Nature Coast High, which are both over here, and then the Challenger K-8 school, which is an awesome school right in here. So really, really good location. The golf course is a great golf course. I played a lot of golf there. They have a country club, restaurant and bar in there. Also, the community features a junior Olympic pool, tennis courts, pickleball courts, basketball courts, fitness center, and other amenities as well. Of course, I'm sure you guys want to know a little bit more about the homes though. So homes in there's around 800 homes in the neighborhood. It's basically built out at this point. I think there's 1, maybe 2 vacant lots left in there. And they go from 1,100 square foot on the small side, and that's going to be a side-by-side duplex villa home, and that's going to go up to 5,000 square feet for the custom homes in there. There's one huge house built on a double lot, and then Firethorn Point is a area that has custom homes on half-acre home sites, so a little bit different, and they're the larger homes in there. Most of the villas are around 1,700 square foot. That's kind of the average. Most single-family homes around 2,300 square foot, and the prices are going to start around about $235, $240 for those small duplex villas, and go up anywhere around $850,000. The average price point in there is going to be somewhere around probably $300 for the villa homes, and then around $450, $500 for the single families. And I want to show you a couple of examples of some of the homes in there. So let's take a dive in here real quick. and show you on Zillow, because I know that's where you guys love to look. I'm not going to go into the MLS because it's a little more cumbersome to use, and there's some information on there which is private information. But anyway, let's take a look at, first of all, one of the villa homes and then one of the single family homes. So again, this is let's try and find one of the standalones. This is an example of one of the duplexes, just so you can see. It's the 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,444 square foot. I'm just going to go through some of these pictures here. But you can see plenty of natural light in these. They're built a little bit more linear, so back to front rather than widthways. Has some nice floors here, has a little covered, screened-in patio at the back. Let's find the pictures of the kitchen. There you go, smaller kitchen, but again, it's 1,400 square foot. So that would be an example of one of these side-by-side villa homes. I'm hoping I can find a standalone here. Here we go. This one is a standalone. It's 2,064 square foot. So this is one of the larger villa homes. They do go up to 2,100 square foot, but this is the Rutland 2 model. So it does have a larger kitchen, as you can see, an eating space in the kitchen as well. This one also features a formal dining room. So only this floor plan and the Palmwood Martinique feature a formal dining space. But again, plenty big enough at almost 2,100 square foot. It's actually larger than some of the single family homes. Dual sinks, tub with separate shower. And again, you can see some of the community amenities here. And that one's listed currently at 364. So that's the villa homes. Some of the villa homes do have pools. Not many, but a lot of the single family homes do have pools. So I want to show you another listing over the back here. This is one of my listings currently, and it's a much larger home. This one is 3,686 square foot, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. Right on the golf course. So a premium lot, and they just added the pool a couple of years ago. So you can see the tall ceilings, the crown molding, wood floors. They have tray ceilings, columns. I'm going to just try and find the pictures of the kitchen here. You can see a considerably larger kitchen, formal dining area, granite countertops. You can see the size of the kitchen here. Kitchen island. Huge, huge, huge family room. Large primary suite. So you can get a little bit more of an idea as to the size of these properties. I'm trying to find the pictures of the pool here. So there you go. And then the golf course out the back. This gives you an idea of the space between the properties. So that would be Silverthorne. That's where I've lived a couple of times. I've owned 2 different properties in there. It's where my parents currently live. To me, it's one of the premier gated golf course communities, particularly in Spring Hill. I do think Southern Hills in Brooksville rivals it. But if you're looking in Spring Hill, that's always been one of my favorite communities. And then the other place that I've lived in Spring Hill is actually just across the road here in Pristine Place. So the same thing applies as far as being close to all of the amenities. This is also a gated community, also has community pool, a tennis court, fitness center, and a community center. It doesn't have the golf course. And the homes are a little bit more affordable in here. The price per square foot is a little bit lower. Pristine Place has fewer homes, about 600 to 625 homes in there. They start a little larger. They don't have those villa homes. The villa homes are maintained by the association. They do the yard and the bush trimming. In Pristine Place, that's all your responsibility. Now they start around 1,600 square foot, go up to 3,500 square foot. Prices in there range from about 320 up to about 550. Let me just show you a couple of examples of homes in here. So this is on Cedar Crest Loop. There we go. So you can see the sorts of style of homes, that typical Floridian style. Again, crown molding, your open floor plans, fireplaces, pools are very much the order of the day in here. Very, very similar. A lot of the same builders built in both of those communities. They were both established around about the same time in the mid-90s. They're both pretty much built out at this point. So you can see very, very similar type of home. This one's 2,570 square foot at $470,000. Let's take a look at this one here on Whitehaven. Sold a few on that street as well over the years. And again, you'll get an idea as to the sort of quality of the home. Look at all that natural light from those large windows there. No build behind it, so it's private at the back. Granite countertops again, so you can see the sorts of level of the finishes on those. This particular one doesn't have the pool. All right, so that's going to be Pristine Place. So those are the 2 areas that I've lived in within Spring Hill. The third one to mention, which is very, very close to it, is Sterling Hill. Now, Sterling Hill was built much later, and it's a different type of community. So Sterling Hill was started in 2005, and it's made up of all of these small little gated enclaves. So this is the Brackenwood one. This is another separate one here, another separate one here. These are all separate gated areas, but together they make up Sterling Hill. Sterling Hill is the overall association. Now, the thing about Sterling Hill to note is that there's two different clubhouses. There's a north side and a south side. So both have their own pool, both have their own community center, fitness center. Different ones have different things on different sides. So one has a beach volleyball court, for example, but you can see here some of the amenities and what they look like. This is the clubhouse inside. You can rent out private rooms in there. So that gives you an idea as to what some of the amenities are. Now, because of its proximity to the Challenger K-8 school, this is where we've sold a lot of homes to people who have school-age kids, because one, is the homes are a little bit larger and more, I should say, they're more affordable for the larger homes in there. They have some of the two-story homes. They have those 5 and 6 bedroom two-story homes in there, which again are more affordable than some of the single-story competitors. So there's a lot of good stuff going on in there. Homes pretty readily come up. Has a very, very low HOA fee, but it does have a CDD fee, which is Community Development District, which is an additional charge in your tax bill. So you'll see the property taxes in those areas are much higher than some of the comparable homes. That's because they have a CDD bill, which is a 30-year bond, which is going to expire, I believe, in 2035. Which is around $2,000 per year. 1,500 homes in total. They just built out the last section in there, or just finishing building out the last section in there. So they go from 2005 up until current day. Most of the homes were built in 2005 in there, or around that time. They go from 1,400 square foot up to 3,600 square foot. Prices from $275 up until $475. There's a few that might go over that, but it's going to be few and far between. And I'll give you an example of some of the types of homes in there. Take a look at this one. This is one of those two-story homes I was talking about. So 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,500 square foot at $380. So again, you can see that difference in price point already between Sterling Hill and Silverthorne or Pristine Place. Much more bang for your buck in a neighborhood like this. So that would be one example. You look at this one here on Dunwoody, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,600 square foot for $499. I'm wondering if this one has a pool. That's why it's more expensive. I would hope so for the price point that it's at. No, well, that one's priced high. And then I'll give you an example on the north side here. Take a dive in here. This one's on Larkin Heath. Beautiful street. I actually almost bought a house on this street when I moved here, but you can see paved driveway. Again, you can see the sorts of upgrades inside the property here. Nice new floors. Again, that kind of light kitchen style that's very much in at the moment. Light, bright, and airy. Beautifully done. I love those colors. That's really, really cool. And then an extended lanai out the back. So the majority of homes in here will not have pools, whereas in Silverthorne and Pristine Place they will. Again, that's why you get a slight difference in the pricing, but the community amenities more than make up for it. They really do have great amenities there. So those are the three in that little triangulation. I would say that's probably the most popular little triangular area in all of Spring Hill that we work in. So we sell a lot of homes in this area here because of its proximity to the Suncoast Parkway for people who commute for work, because of its proximity to the schools. It's also close to State Road 50. If I zoom out a little bit here, you'll see it's right here. So State Road 50 is a really big commercial road with a lot of stores and restaurants and bars on there. So location-wise, it's really hard to beat. That's why I've kind of hung around this area before. Anderson Snow Park, just so you know, is where the soccer is, which I've been doing, it feels like, for a million years at this point. So that's very, very close as well, just 3 or 4 miles down the road. So very, very popular area. Definitely consider that if you're looking in Spring Hill and you want to be in a homeowners association community, because they cover a wide range of price points and there's a lot of choice in those 3 communities. And one thing I'll add to that is they are building a new community called Caldera. So Caldera is at the end of Sterling Hill Boulevard, right back here. And they have two builders in there. They have Pulte Homes, who you might be familiar with. They're a national builder. And then they have Homes by West Bay. And Homes by West Bay are building a really top quality product, a customizable builder. Their homes are gorgeous. This is just being built out, so they don't even have the community center finished yet, but you can see a rendering here of what it's going to look like. Homes by West Bay building are top notch. I've been really, really blown away by them. You can see here the HOA and CDD fee. I love their two models in there. One is the Hyde Park 3, which you can see this is the actual model. Love that color combination. And I've done walkthrough videos of these models, so you'll be able to see those where I featured them. I just walked somebody over there a couple of weeks ago who went under contract. They are delighted. I cannot wait to visit them when they move in. So if you're looking for a new build, at the time of making this video, they're offering 6% of the purchase price towards concessions to buy down the interest rate, take off the price using upgrades, put towards closing costs. So they're offering great incentives, and that makes it at a price point it's a little bit more affordable, because new home construction is a little more expensive. But when you take into account the rate buy down or taking 6% off the purchase price, becomes much more affordable. So we love working with them over there. Reach out to us, watch our video on the walkthrough over there. All right, diving back into the map, let's take a look at Timber Pines now. Now, Timber Pines is much further west, and it's over towards US 19 here. So this is US 19. It runs north-south. Again, very, very big commercial road. And then Spring Hill Drive runs east-west. That's right here. And Timber Pines is in this area here. Now, Timber Pines is a 55-plus community. So a retirement community, if you want to call it that. It's made up of 57 mini neighborhoods. So again, similar to the Sterling Hill concept, where it's one community, but there's different neighborhoods and villages within each one. So this would be its own little village in here, for example. You can kind of get the idea where they're located. So 57 of those. Now, for active adult living, this place is really, really hard to beat. They have 4 golf courses in there. They have, I think, 50 or 60 social clubs in there, from pool and billiards, backgammon, tennis, swimming, aerobics, all sorts of clubs like the Yankees, New York Yankees. They'll go down to Tampa and watch them. So a ton of activities going on in that neighborhood. Don't be fooled by the fact it's 55 plus. They have 70 floor plans, and it's 3,450 homes over 1,400 acres of space. So really, really cool community. Homes range from 950 square foot. They're going to start around $150,000. They're the attached villa homes, and they go up to about 2,900 square foot. It's going to be about the largest in there, around about that 500 price point. So if you're looking for a 55 plus community, Timber Pines is going to be a place you definitely want to check out. It's probably the most popular 55 plus community in all of Spring Hill. Again, so many homes to choose from in there. I'm just going to take a dive in randomly here. So this one's 1,700 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. These homes are older, typically, in their build, back in the 70s and 80s. So some of them might need a little bit more updating than others, but you can see this one's beautiful. Love the white with the stainless steel appliances. Flooring looks great, light, bright, and airy. So that would be one option. The jetted tub as well. And I'm going to find a less expensive option now and see if I can find one of these attached. I wonder if this is going to be one here. Yeah. So this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,184 square foot. It's an end unit. But again, oh, look how beautiful that is. It's been nicely updated. And a nice open patio at the back as well. That's $239,000. That's a great example to show you. So that would be Timber Pines. Now, as far as what's immediately around it, let's take a dive in here. You have a bunch of places right opposite. So you have Greek City Cafe, you have Cody's, you have Cracovia, which is a Polish restaurant, very, very cool. There's a cinema back here, so the cinema's right close to it as well. They do have a senior care facility out the front where people typically make that transition from Timber Pines into the residences at Timber Pines. But basically everything you could need as a bowling alley here is right on US 19 out the front. So you don't have to travel too far. Like I said, very, very popular 55 plus community. If you're looking for a 55 plus community, definitely consider that. Now from there, I want to take a little trip on the map over to East Linden. East Linden is something a little bit different again. So it's off of Linden Drive, as the name might give a clue. But these are half-acre home sites and above. So if you're looking for something that has a deed restriction attached to it, where homes have to be kept a certain way, but it's much looser, This is not a gated community, and they are half-acre home sites. This is situated just off of County Line Road and Linden Drive, and it's going to be all of this, all up in here. And these are some beautiful homes as well. So with no further ado, I will dive in just a second, but the nearest Publix is going to be right here, or actually one further down here as well. And there's an Applebee's Bar and Grill, there's Capone's pool bar, and some other stuff. And then there's also a great hospital here as well, if you want to be close to a hospital. But let's take a dive into the Zillow map real quick. And I will show you some of the properties in there, just again to give you a comparison as to what it's like compared to some of the other areas. And let me pick this one on Cressida here. So here we go. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,880 square foot, $435,000. That looks about right for the area. But you can see here more land on these, right? So you have a nicer yard. The quality of the construction, the type of construction is very similar to Pristine Place as far as the builders that were in there, the age of the homes that were built, the type of level of construction that was built in there. You're going to find a mixture of homes that are a little bit more original and some that have gone through the renovation process. So they're going to look a little bit different from home to home. But again, the majority of them are going to have pools. This one's a little bit more original. Let me see if I can find one that's been renovated real quick and give you an idea on that. We'll try one more time here. Over on Jessica. Yeah, here we go. This one here looks like it has been. So, yeah, look how beautiful this is. So this one here is being renovated. I love this style. Different price point, you know, $519,000. But again, it just shows you different types of homes that are in a neighborhood like this. And I love the fact, like I said, that there's a little bit more land with these. I grew up on acreage in the UK, so I like a little bit of space. It's what we have now. It's why we moved to downtown Brooksville. Yeah, you can see nice yard at the back here as well. So East Linden Estates would be something that would be a consideration for you if you were looking for something with a little bit more land. Half an acre, like I said, and around about that 350 to 500 price point again. No amenities in here. There's only a couple of hundred homes. It is a great location. It is central to Spring Hill. You know, 2,000 square foot to 3,500 square foot. Like I said, 350 to 550 probably is the price point in there. Hey guys, Ross Hardy from the Living in Spring Hill, Florida channel and Realtor at Remax Marketing Specialist and the Hardy team. Now, like I said, we're going to dive into the video, but I want you to do a couple of things for me real quick. I want you to subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell. That way you can be kept up to date with all the videos about Spring Hill and Brooksville, Wesley Chapel, such as this one that's going to help you get more information and make the best decision for yourselves. I want you to write down the number here. If you think there's any questions we can answer for you, you can call us or text us. You can email us, set up a Zoom. And finally, please leave a comment and like this video. Let me know what your favorite area was. I'm always curious because people ask me all the time, what areas do people like? And I want to be able to give proper feedback when they ask that question and make more videos like this. All right, let's dive into the maps and take a look. So going back to the main map here, what we're going to do now is take a dive over and go west of US 19. So we've been up in this area here. Timber Pines is down here. East Linden is in here. We are going to go west of US 19, which is this road running here. And we're going to take a look at Lake in the Woods. Lake in the Woods is a different neighborhood again, so it's just this very small little area here. You can see it outlined. Not a ton of homes. There's about 300 homes, but they are larger homes, larger home sites, more custom homes. So the 300 odd homes, they range from 2,500 square foot on the small side. So those are going to be the smaller types of properties in there, up to about 5,000 square foot is the largest one that I've sold in there. Most of them are around 3,000 square foot, which is a lot of homes. So they are larger homes in general. They're going to go from $450,000 up over $1 million. Like I said, it's a smaller gated community. They are more custom homes in there, but let's take a look. There you go. There's going to be some great examples here. So let's take a look first of all at this one here on Lake in the Woods Drive. This is 3,160 square foot, $700,000. That's beautiful. I love that openness. So again, light, bright, and airy. Like I said, larger lots. This would have been an original feature, but it's been renovated on the inside. They've done a great job on this. But look at the difference in the size of the yards here. Again, it has the pool, but just very, very well finished. I love that they've done that. And then we're going to take a look at what would be one of the really large homes in there. Oh, I actually had this listed at one point. How funny. So this one's 5,600 square foot, six bedroom, six bath. This one's up at 1.7 million, but look at the gorgeous, gorgeous lake view on this one. Just stunning. Again, it's built on a double lot. Huge, huge lot on this one. This one's a beauty. You can see the pool at the back here overlooking the lake, giving it that infinity feel. And then very, very lavish on the inside. I love that kitchen. So that would be, oh, how cool. They've done some nice work to that as well since I had it listed about 10 years ago, but very, very neat, makes it stand out. So again, that's 5,600 square foot. That's a really good example of showing you how large those homes can get in there and the different types of homes. There's not many communities in Spring Hill where they're going to have homes at that size and at that price point. So it's a real discovery back there. A lot of people don't even know it's back there because it's tucked away behind Target there on US 19. But that would be a great consideration if you're looking for a luxury home or a larger home in general. From there, we're going to hop back out towards the Suncoast Expressway. So this is County Line Road here. This is right where we go from Hernando County on the one side to Pasco County on the other side. This is that 589 toll road down to Tampa. And what we have is a community called the Villages of Avalon, which is tucked away right in here. There's a Publix right out the front, gorgeous Publix. And they are still building some new homes in here as well. This is constantly expanding. But the original Villages of Avalon, as I would call it, is just under 1,000 homes, 1,350 square foot up to 3,500 square foot. A couple of different areas in there. They go from 265 to 750. And there is a gated enclave in there, which is where the more expensive homes are, which are these ones back here. So this was originally some custom builders back in the day. And then when the market tanked in 7, 8, 9, they stopped building in there, and then a new home builder came in around about 2015, started building out the rest of the area back there. So that's the little gated enclave in this area here. With these. And then the rest of it is non-gated. So all of the other homes in Avalon are just kind of open, but it is deed restricted. There is an HOA in there. And what I'm going to do is go and take a look at some of these again on our trusty map here, just to give you an idea. Whoops. As you can see, there are new homes, like I said, being built in there still. All right, where are we here? Let's find some of these streets here that I know. Well, why not go back in here, I guess, since we're looking. So this is that little gated enclave that I mentioned. So this is on Buckhurst. I've sold a bunch of homes on there as well. But these are really, really nice homes back here. I love these. Look at these design features. It's so cool. But these are newer builds. This is in that back section of the gated enclave where it was the new developer went in. I love these homes back here. This is the same floor plan as my buddy used to have. I can see already. But very, very nicely done. That's 750,000 for 3,800 square foot, 5 bedroom, 5 bath. And then taking a look at some of these other ones here, I'm going to dive into this one here. This is just about 2,000 square foot, 4 bedroom, 2 bath. And again, you can see very, very nice homes. Very, very nice. I love that openness again as well. They do have a community pool in there and a few basic amenities, but definitely be sure to, this is going to be one of the less expensive homes over here in the original section. But still, you know, very, very nicely done homes. So that one's 330,000, 2,080 square foot. So Villages of Avalon, as far as access to Tampa, this is going to be about as good as you can get because it is a little further south than Silverthorne, and it's literally right on top of the Suncoast Expressway, right in this area here. So it's a real easy shot south. Let me just show you real quick. So Silverthorne that we were looking at before, which is close to the Suncoast, is up here, and Avalon is actually right down here. So you're about 4 or 5 miles closer to Tampa. You can get from here to Tampa Airport on the 589 straight shot, probably about 30, 35 minutes or so. It's a real easy commute to make. Okay guys, so as you might already know, I'm a real estate agent locally in the Spring Hill, Brooksville area, and I've been doing this for 20 years now, helping hundreds of families every single year, just like you, make the move. And we've got pretty good at it, I think. So if you have any questions, be sure to reach out to us at the contact information. Please be sure to call or text that number. You can also email us, you can set up a Zoom, or you can leave a comment below and we'll reach out to you. I respond to all of those personally. Now, like I said, whether you're 9 days or 99 days away, there's never a stupid time, never a stupid question. So whatever's on your mind, please be sure to reach out to us. I'm sure we can help get it answered. Let's dive back into the video now and get right back into the information. So those are some of the most popular neighborhoods. I want to give you 2 hidden gems now that a lot of people don't know about. You kind of have to be a local or been here for a while. And then even then, a lot of times I take people out when they're moving within Spring Hill and they're like, I didn't even know that existed here. So let me break it open and show it to you here real quick. I think you're gonna love these. So the first one is Plantation Estates. So Plantation Estates is a little area of homes, which is just a little loop. It's just literally these homes in here. This little loop here. They're half-acre home sites, very similar to East Linden, but it's much more compact and it's kind of hidden away. There's no through traffic. Linden's a not insignificantly major through road. This is like tucked away out the back. Nothing's coming through here traffic-wise. I love it. I've sold a bunch of homes back there. It's actually one of the areas where I'm kind of like, man, I could see myself living there. I love it. And of course, there's one home for sale. I was gonna say there's never any homes for sale back there. They don't come up very often. There's only about 100 homes in total, from 1850 to 2,900 square foot, give or take, $350,000 to $550,000. Let's have a look. Very secluded, like I mentioned. Let's have a look here. So this is 3-bedroom, 3-bath. And we'll skip through some of these pictures here. On that half-acre home site, they have the tall ceilings, the tray ceilings. So really a great option if you want a little bit of seclusion, half-acre home sites, and are looking in that kind of $350,000 to $550,000 price point. It's still pretty accessible to Tampa. So as I zoom out here, you'll be able to see that it's just back here in this little loop here. And you would just go down here, down Coronado to Spring Hill Drive, up onto the Suncoast Parkway. Marinette and Spring Hill Drive is right here. That's 4 corners where my office is located. So stores and restaurants are plenty. Again, there's some restaurants and stores right up here as well. So it's very much centrally located to everything. So that would be one consideration for you. And the other area I want to show you is down here by Hunter's Lake. So let me zoom out real quick. We're going to be right down at the bottom left corner of Hernando County. It's on County Line Road in US 19. And it's one of the few areas where these lakes, which have dried out over the years as they've drained water from them, and there's been some water shortages, where there's actually still some water. And there's 2 sides to it here. You have the side over here on the south side, where they're typically a little bit larger homes, and then these homes over here are the older, what people call Deltona homes, where they're kind of 2-bed, 3-bed. They're the original homes to Spring Hill. So a little bit of a different feel between the two. But again, there's some really, really gorgeous homes in both of those areas. So let me take a dive in and show you some of them. So this one here, it's going to be a waterfront home, no doubt, on Baffin. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,900 square foot, $390,000. You can see here, it's a wet lake, guys, in Spring Hill. People say, well, it doesn't exist, but they are. Imagine sitting out here and that being your view. That's so awesome. I love that. But a beautiful home as well. You can see here it's been renovated, newer kitchen. I love that sliding pantry door. So that would be on the south side. This home here as well. Let's just take a quick look. On Rusk, very, very nice too. And then on the flip side, you can see a different price point over here. So $249,000 for this one on Tree Haven, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,100 square foot. How cute. What a gorgeous looking yard. Again, these are the older homes, so the ceilings are a little bit lower, but this one's been beautifully done. This is a renovated kitchen for sure at some point, but these are your more affordable homes in Spring Hill. The average price point in Spring Hill is about $320,000 at the moment, but there's plenty of options in here under that price point and in a really, really cool location as well. You got $195,000 here for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. So again, those inexpensive homes do exist if you're willing to put a little bit of work into them as well. So love that. So those are kind of the 2 areas where people don't really know about Hunter's Lake. People don't really know about Plantation Estates, but I wanted to bring it to you. Now, of course, there's a ton of other areas in Spring Hill as well. You can see on the map here how vast it is, and we haven't even touched the surface on a lot of the areas here. So, some really, really cool areas to explore. We know all of them. There's some homes back in here, for example, which are half-acre home sites, a little bit larger home sites. All of this area in here is actually in the process of being developed at the moment. It was owned by a guy I actually know. He sold it to a developer. This has all been green space up until now, so that's going to be developed soon. There's some nice homes on Mariner and Elgin. We have a gorgeous listing over there at the moment, which is right in this area here. Talk about being right in the heart of Spring Hill. So reach out to us. Let us know what sort of homes you're looking for. We can point you in the right direction as far as homeowners association, non-homeowners association, the type of size of property, whether you want to be in gated, non-gated, more land, less land, 55 plus or not. For every single price point you can imagine, there's a home in Spring Hill for you. Okay guys, that's going to do it for the Spring Hill video. I hope you got a ton of information and a ton of value from this. And if you did, please be sure to comment below. Let me know what your favorite area was. I'd love to get your feedback. Also be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell. That way you can be kept up to date with all of the videos that I release like this, where we're doing map tours, community tours, new home tours, as well as talking about the pros and cons and cost of living and comparing certain areas to each other. It's really, really good information, and we have phone calls every day from people like you who have got value from it, who want to thank us or set up home tours and move to the area and tap into our expertise. Thanks for watching, guys. Please watch our other videos. I'm Ross Hardy from the Hardy team. It's time to love where you live.